And welcome back to the podcast, the Schmeat Nation 3 podcast. As always, it's me, Commissioner Kale, and alongside me and my opponent this week, Adam Rocket. Adam, how you doing as we approach week 4?
Good. Almost a quarter of the way into the season, which is crazy just to think about. Always goes by way too fast.
Yeah, somehow the off season's too long and the season is too short. But here we are once again. Anything at the top? Are you ready to jump in?
I think we should just dive right in.
Let's do it. Moving into the week 3 matches here. Starting off, Connor versus myself. I secure my first victory. All I needed was Indiana Jones in the quarterback's sheet, and then really nothing like crazy. And I wound up at 152. So, kind of showing the points, point increase as we have changed it this year. But tough for Connor. Drops to 1 and 2. Not a lot of hope on his side, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it's just players not necessarily performing up to where we thought they might at the beginning of the year. Tucker Kraft kind of having a little bit of a weird game against Cleveland there. And then, yeah, your team just finally turning it on. I feel like 150s is around like the average for what we can expect. So it's not like this was a breakout game, but definitely good to be getting to that league average from where you were. I can't remember if you were around the 150s for the first 2 weeks and just getting unlucky or what, but
definitely getting blown out of the water, but I can't remember either.
Yeah, Connor's team just looks tough. The Cooper Cup thing is not working out.
Yeah, on the bench, I mean, I guess TJ Hawk. Not that you really ever want to be starting 2 tight ends.
I don't know. See, that's the thing about having the 1.5 points
per premium.
Yeah,
maybe you do.
I think we have. Well, there's a couple people in the league that are starting 2 tight ends. I might be one of them soon when George Kittle gets back.
That's true. Maybe I'm behind the 8 ball there, but it was probably great to see AJ Brown come out. But I mean, 121. It's just some tough positions he needs to focus on.
Yeah,
we'll talk more about him later, and then obviously the big blowout of the week. Holy, God, Rees 216 sole person at undefeated at 3-0. Team looks absolutely fucking dominant. Not any nitpick anywhere on the across the board. Insane defensive performance, and then essentially just take what I said and flip it for Eddie's side. Goodness, tough week for Eddie.
Yeah, he's definitely trying to chase those points with Russell Wilson. He does have Jaden Daniels, so it's not the end of the world that he had a bad QB performance because he's still got one waiting in the wings. But here's a guy that's starting 2 tight ends,
Yeah, you could see like those were his best amongst his best players at 16 and 11 points.
Yeah.
Brian Thomas Jr. is just a question mark at this point. Not entirely sure what's happening there. And you have to imagine Malik will take a little bit to ramp up with Jackson.
Yeah.
On his side, but not a lot to say here. Reese just another dominant.
Back-to-back weeks got to feel good. I think he put up like 190 something last week, so it's got to be a good feeling.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. And now tell me a little bit about what happened here, Adam. Jamie, take you down.
Yeah, I mean, this is just where the team is at the moment. There's not really much more to say. Like, I just feels like I'm putting up duds. Like, Saquon Barkley is not popping up the way he was. T. Higgins is just nothing at this point. Yeah, I mean, and that's pretty much it. Like, my guys are putting up decent numbers. Jameson Williams had 2 catches on that first drive and then nothing after that. So that felt pretty bad.
Yeah, we definitely saw the bully ball there in Baltimore, but I think in the flip side where Eddie seems kind of grim, you definitely have some hope on the bench. You can slot right in there, whereas Eddie's never going to bench Malik and BTJ, just kind of have to ride it out. Or maybe he has the stones to take the BTJ out, but
that one's always tough because he's eventually going to turn it back around.
Yeah, but you just have to stick with it there. And then on Jamie's side, man, you hate to see the injuries, but obviously George Pickens now wide receiver 1 in Dallas should get fed quite a bit. And then, I mean, good Lord, Omari and Hampton as well. She's really benefiting from the injuries. From him now being the sole RB.
Yeah, and it's scary to think that Marvin Harrison very easily could have put up like 25 points this game. A couple bad drops on his end, so he also looks pretty scary. Jamie's team definitely looking like it could be on the up and up.
Yeah, no, she's formed another unit. We'll always remember when Jamie said she was going to quit. Now it's become an absolute fantasy stalwart. So we'll have to have the Schmeat Nation 3 statistician look into her wins and losses since giving up. On our game of the week, which had some tough storylines, probably a tough loss to swallow for Seth. Brad picks up his first W, obviously off the back of an insane Sunday night performance from Ken Scadaboo, and then held off any attempt of a Jameer Gibbs comeback with Lamar Jackson just doing his thing. Takes a CD goose egg and still throws up a CD goose egg and a
And a
minus
negative
one
from the
point
kicker.
out.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like this, like the fact that you could put up 162 points while having, negative 1.5 points from two players on your team is crazy.
Yeah, but 23 points from the defense will do it. That can make the difference. And on Steph's side, the obvious story here, he goes away from Mark Andrews, something I would never have done last year. And Mark Andrews drops 33 on the bench. It's going to be interesting now because you feel like you have to play Mark, but I think likely supposed to be back this week.
Yeah. I think luckily for him, Jatavian Sanders is out, so it's not like he has a decision to make there, I guess, between Likely and Andrews. But I don't know. At this point, how could you start Likely over Andrews after a performance like that?
Yeah, no, it's a good point. First off the thing, and it really just a tough that Carolina Atlanta game I thought was going to be a shootout. I would have expected easily more points from Tet, but then they just kind of boat raced them. So anyway,
Yeah,
tough
I feel
week.
like it was all the defense. Like I feel like Chuba Hubbard didn't even do too much. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
They
we
scored
will.
30 points, but I don't know where they came from.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Jumping in here, Parker jumps up to 2-1, takes down Andrew, who's had a bit of a slide despite having obvious studs on the team. And the top three is good, and I think we called it out week one. Like his top three is fantastic, and then the wide receivers are just I didn't have confidence in him, and now we see him slide a couple games because of it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he does have that pop-off potential. He gets another big game from Josh Allen, but like in a game that Baltimore was throwing the whole time to see Zay Flowers and get 4 points, got to be a little bit scary. And then on Parker's end, yet to go below the 150 mark on the season.
That is what they're saying around. So the consistency's there, the floor,
Yeah.
and obviously a 37 under Henry will help quite a bit there. What a dog.
Yeah, I mean, Parker's team, once you get to the flex, it gets a little bit scarier. Depot was doing better with Jaden Daniels, but I don't know. I really don't know how to feel about Justin Jefferson this year going forward. Like, if they keep playing JJ McCarthy, like, I just don't have faith in the Vikings offense.
Yeah, he really had a stretch of draft where he just grabbed a bunch of guys who are kind of shaky looking at it, like Debo, Hollywood Brown, Calvin Ridley, Isaiah Pacheco. Like week to
Even,
week, it doesn't feel great.
yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
but
know.
held his
We'll
own.
see
But he
who he
gets the win.
decides to go with in his flex.
Yeah, got the huge dub, moves up to 2-1. I saw something today that said like 2-1 teams make the playoffs in fantasy like 62% of the time or something. So great start for him. And then 3-0 is 80%. So good work, Reese. Moving in the 3 of 3 of our 0-2 friends, moving up to 1-2 with Jasper somehow overcoming a 38-point Vikings D victory there, which is just absurd, but sticks in there with Caleb and claws his way back with just solid performances from the Los Angeles Chargers receiving core and just
Yeah.
kind of mid across the board.
Yeah, kind of devastating for Aaron here that James Conner went out halfway through that game because by the looks of it, did he have a touchdown? Was that part of the 8 points or was that all yards?
Uh,
Oh, he did.
yeah, just yards.
Yeah, so it's one of those things where that was probably going to turn into more points there. He just ended up falling in the end zone, one, and then the Joe Burrow of it for Jamar Chase is kind of where the team falls apart for Aaron.
Yeah, it is unfortunate for her. to have Jamar, at least with the keeper league. It's like she gets him again next season, but yeah, it's looking a little grim for the outlook there. Was Minnesota's a good D, so I expect this to be one of the worst performances he'll have on the season, but Browning did not look very good at all.
Yeah.
All right. Moving into the power rankings here, every single person changing except for Connor. Where do you want to start here, Adam? Why don't we start at the top with the obvious?
Yep.
Rees.
Again, it's just those back-to-back monster performances from Reese's team. I mean, you got to put in when he's scoring almost 400 points in 2 weeks. He probably scored over 400 points in the last 2 weeks. That's got to warrant you getting number one. So very much deserved there.
Yeah, 100%. And then I've got Aaron at 2, just because I felt like it was nothing crazy out of her team and still dropped 170. So obviously you expect the defense to come back, but the Vikings are a good D. I don't think it's crazy in this scoring format to get more, and I expect the others to do better, was kind of the thinking.
For me, it was just like the losing the James Conner and just the unknown of Jamar Chase for the next couple of weeks. I mean, what does her team look like going into next week? That's kind of where I was basing my power rankings.
Good points. Good point. You don't believe in the Ramondre? And the DeAndre.
I don't know, man.
A lot of Andre.
Ramondre and DeAndre.
Yeah, it definitely looks a little
it's
worse.
It's a tough look going into next week, but there's still I still have her at 4. So
that's not bad. And honestly, like Travis Kelce's looked just weird. It's been weird to watch. Like somehow he seems to always be involved, but then he's not putting up very many points. So maybe he's not as involved.
He's kind of just touchdown dependent at this point.
Yeah, no, that will go big. I think or else do we have a big discrepancy? I guess Andrew, yeah, I was a little harsh on Andrew. I didn't love what I was looking, but I was sitting in traffic when I was making these power rankings. So.
Yeah, I think Andrew's
team. Just the flex and wide receivers, they just terrify me.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know if Stephon Diggs is what he's planning going forward, but I definitely think there's better options out there than what he has even on the waiver wire. So I don't know. I like this flex that he currently has showing is not what I expect the team to look like.
Unoptimized, says Adam.
I don't know.
Average though from the top, I mean, what is that? 30, 60, and then 83 points from Josh Allen, Bijan, and Johnny Taylor. So
I mean, that's just where the team goes insane. Yeah. I don't know. I think you can overcome a flex like that.
Yeah, fair. Anyone else with wide disagreements? Connor,
not really wide disagreements, but Eddie falling 5 spots in the power rankings. I think that warrants a discussion.
Yeah, I get Eddie and Brad confused. What is Eddie?
The one true king.
That's right. Yeah, it's just not great looking, honestly. I think Malik's going to have a couple weeks, especially against the Chargers D, where he sorts things out with Jackson Dart.
Yeah.
And then BTK.
Unfortunately, I just think Trevor Lawrence is not that good of a QB.
Yeah, fair enough. It'll be interesting to see. Like, I guess it's a fantasy philosophy thing, but to me, it's like when my stud QB is injured, I keep him in all week until they rule him out. But it looks like Eddie, unless Eddie's just genuinely going Geno Smith over Jaden Daniels, which seems crazy to me. But
that would be wild. But Geno has been pretty good so far. I mean, I guess he's position ranked 13.
Yeah, but he's got a 3.2 in the bag at home. He does go back home, although the Bears you can throw on, so that's what they say. Very few teams are saying, all right, Watson X says go away. Yeah, it's just looking tough, and it's unfortunate too, but I think this could be a good week for Matthew Golden. I mean,
he's also missing Terry. I didn't see that down there. Terry, I guess, not expected to play.
Yeah, but what, like 53, he hasn't done anything. Yeah, he's done jack squat.
Yeah, I guess.
It's rough. To be honest, I think I might have won. Oh, I did put Brad above Eddie. I see. Oh man, it could have been down 6. This was really just unlucky at the draw.
Yeah.
I guess one of the other things we didn't really touch on, but me and Brad orchestrated a trade here. I can't even
That's
remember how to
true.
get there. What are your thoughts here? The initial reaction to the old Cam Scadwood for Drake London.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where you get two rookie running backs with high upside. Cam Scadaboo does look like he's the lead back there now. I think Tyron Tracy went down, but you're always going to have Devin Singletary doing random things just because that's how the NFL works. Yeah, Drake London underperforming, but he also underperformed at the beginning of last year and ended up wide receiver 5. So I like it for both teams. You definitely needed that second running back with the way that, again, Trevion Henderson's the same way where he looks like the way better back, but they still use Ramondre for some reason.
Yeah, I'm still getting the carries. I will say, like, once I made the trade and looked at Brad's team, I saw the design, right? Because Worthy, I think he's actually marked as healthy now. Yeah, so he's going to play this week. He gets Worthy back. He'll then have CD, Mike, and Drake London in the wide receiver slot, which will look pretty nice for himself. And then, of course, Trey McBride and Lamar Jackson. So I think Bradley will have quite a unit. He just needs to try and steal some wins. So
yeah, that is the problem with his team right now is that he's 1-2. If he could have grabbed 2 wins out of the first 2 weeks, but again, the fantasy season's long, so he could be gearing up for what he did in his championship season, which I think was go like 6-8 in the regular season, and then he just turned it on in the playoffs. So
yeah, 100%. Anything else in the power rankings? The records, I got to scrap some wins together. We're starting to get back. I haven't been good on this after being really good a couple years ago.
Yeah, it's great. I feel like we've gotten worse and worse every year.
The more you know, the less you do. Let's jump into the matchups here. We got Eddie taking on Aaron. This would be kind of everything for Eddie, I think, at this point. The way his team's trajectory is going up against Aaron, who obviously has a team that I like quite a bit. Severe underdog for Eddie, line 14.9. It's all going to come down to Malik and BTJ, who could combine to put up sub 10 points.
Yeah, I mean, though he's got a boomer bust team right now. Unfortunately, it looks like he's busting more than he's booming. I don't know. Like I have Aaron so much further ahead in the rankings at the moment. And yeah, I mean, Jake Ferguson apparently is tight at 1. I had no idea.
Oh my God.
Averaging 20 points a game. I mean, the averages there are there. Like Aaron's team averages 20 more points. This is an easy pick for me. I'm taking Aaron.
Yeah, me as well. I think Rashi Rice too is such a good stash. If she can steal some wins as well and kind of be 3-3 with Rice coming back, that'll really round out her receiving core. I'm expecting a tough week against Denver again, but then it's also like Vikings team plays Pittsburgh. They could just smother the immobile Rodgers. Their player rank 1, obviously, and yeah, it's grim. And then Travis Etienne. Yes, he'll need some pop off for sure on Eddie's side, but I don't think it would be crazy if Matthew Golden kind of goes electric against Dallas, as I mentioned.
Yeah, it does seem like you can throw pretty easily at Dallas.
Oh man, I got burned so hard by Eddie again. Yeah, I'll go Aaron as well. Let's do it, Terry out brutal. Jumping in the next one, Parker, 150-point floor, grab rack, 2-1, going up against Bradley at 1-2. ESPN has Parker 8.4-point favorite here. Relatively even matchup, all things considered, but the check mark obviously in Parker's favor across the board. Who you liking in this matchup?
I mean, initially off the top of my head, I like Parker. I mean, we just talked about Brad's team kind of powering up as the season goes on. I still don't know if we're there. Quinshawn Judkins looks great, and Trey Benson could be something special there. But again, it's like if Drake London's going to stay slow. I mean, I said about Justin Jefferson, and it applies even more to Jordan Addison, where I just don't know with this Vikings offense what to expect.
Back or is it Wentz again? I think it's Wentz.
I don't know. Either way, I mean, Wentz didn't have to do anything in that game, and I honestly think Wentz is better for the wide receivers, but I still don't think he's great.
Yeah, it was a weird game script last week, so I think it could be different. But I think we've talked about it before. The Lamb brothers are not afraid of starting a guy where others would be like, I want to see it first. So rolling Addison in, he does have Worthy, who I think it's hilarious. You don't get to see the IR spots in this field. But Worthy, I don't know who he'd place him over. I mean, he's got Dontavian Wicks at the moment. Do not do it, Brad. Do not do it. Dontavian Wicks is such a crap.
Look at
The
all those
greatest wide
targets,
receiver
though.
to never
Look at all
catch.
those targets.
Yeah, he could catch it, go crazy.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's so tough for a generational Parker hater like myself to go and choose him as well. Uh,
Again, it's one of those things where I just have Parker so much higher in my rankings that
yeah, it does feel bad not to go him, but you know, I'll stick with my 1 and 2 brethren in bracket and the trade partner. You know, it was fun cooking up the trade. So give me Brad Lamb in this one. Try to close the gap. Moving in here, we have Jasper, whose team just looks totally different. I feel like I have confidence in the Comrade Red Rockets going up against Connor and the Marginal Man's a .7 line, a coin flip on this side. And Jasper have a bunch of pieces in the Chicago Las Vegas game, so that'll be fun to watch for him.
yeah, I mean this one is it looks a lot closer, but if we go by the rankings, I mean we just have had Connor at 12 for 2 weeks now. Jalen Warren getting projected 19.8 points seems absolutely insane to me, but I guess he does average 17 points a game.
Oh, it's Arthur Smith, though. He loves them.
Yeah. I mean, again, you can look at the projections all you want, but you go by the averages, and that's where if you scroll down, you can look at the two teams on a week to week basis. I mean,
Well,
Connor is blowing him out than week one. Or, I mean, Jasper's blowing Connor out.
yeah. Oh, man. What is that?
Like, Connor's team, what is his highest score? 124.
124 from week 1. Oh,
Yeah.
no.
With the new scoring rules, that's just not going to do it.
Yeah, Texas had quite the stretch, 158 and 178. Probably too low in the rankings. Where do we
Yeah.
have them here? Oh, we got
I
them
think
up at
we're
9
just
and 8. Okay.
still stained from that week one performance.
Yeah. And yeah, I think we both go with Jasper here. I think it's a good analysis. Obviously, AJ Brown and then Chase Brown. The Browns are hurting Connor. AJ Brown turned it around. Chase Brown's still a huge question mark this season. I think he's done absolutely nothing. He had a 16-point game week 1 off 21 carries, averaging 2 yards a carry.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I mean, his whole thing last year was just catching passes, but with Browning at the helm, I mean, you can kind of just stack the box. They don't really need to. I don't know. Their passing attack just doesn't seem to be what it was last year. And how could it without Burrow?
Yeah, man, for real. According to Watson, I'll improve my running back position. Connor, let's talk trade. And then jumping in here, Jamie versus Andrew, the rematch of the field goal of destiny or the extra point or whatever turned their tide in the semis last year. But Andrew at 1 and 2. How you feel about this matchup?
This, I think, is a very interesting matchup. I think Andrew, his team is probably better than his 1 and 2 record. That's kind of crazy that he's 1 and 2. I didn't realize that.
I mean, yeah, he's been putting up points. Sorry, what does he have? 219 and then a 137.
His
He's
last 2
tapered
weeks
a
have
little
been a
bit.
little bit low, so
Yeah, it's been that flex position with
yeah.
Zay Jacoby.
But I, like you said, that those top 3 are just so nice to look at. It's such a good base for
3,
the
4,
game. If
1.
only he had one wide receiver 1, even if all of his guys were wide receiver 2s, but like continuing with the step on thing, it's just insane.
I'm confused. So, who was this first wide receiver taking? I guess it's Zay. Oh yeah, 4th round Zay Flowers. Okay. And I mean, he's had good games. He's had good games. I'm just a Zay hater. We've known that.
Mhm. Well, I mean, he had that one good game. I don't think it's been too good since the first game.
Yeah, 17 is serviceable. But it is against Kansas City, so typically the stars shine out in those games.
Mm-hmm.
And then on Jamie's side, Amon Ra obviously went crazy a couple weeks back, and then 24 again. So that's working for her. I'm really high on Hampton, and then it's funny to say Marvin Harrison is her loose end, but it kind of is now. Her receiving core and flex is really solid apart from Marv.
It's Marvin and Pollard. I feel like Pollard can be a bit of a question mark. Who's she got on the bench?
Yeah, but doesn't he always just end up? Yeah, he's fine. He's not going to kill you.
Yeah, he's not a bad RB2 to have.
He's got Godwin Bruin right now. Is he supposed to play? Is that what they're saying? Strong chance
I don't
of
think
making his debut. Strong chance. What do you know? This thing, have you noticed? We'll just like always say they're coming back
the next week. When it's questionable, I think it's always the next week. But on like IR or out, I think it moves.
Yeah, 7th round pick. So one of the starters. Not back till October 23rd. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And he's got Joe Mixon too over there chilling.
Great.
I think in this one, that New Orleans matchup, it's like, is Josh Allen going to put up 87 points, or are they just going to dominate them so hard that he doesn't have to do anything?
Mm-hmm. They kind of dominated the Jets in that one game and he did nothing. So,
yeah, my one concern with Jamie's side is that we just saw Cleveland's been absolutely monstrous on defense, slowing down Baltimore, Green Bay, and now Detroit goes to it. So this is a large chunk of her points that could be in jeopardy, but is that enough to make me choose Andrew?
I mean, I definitely think she's got more options on her side. I think I'll make the decision easy for you. I'll take Andrew here. I'll stick to my ranking. I got Andrew higher in my rankings.
Oh, and I think I do have Jamie higher, yeah. 3. Yeah, I do. Okay. Well, yeah, keep it rankings, keep it professional. It's tough for Andrew because I'm just such I'm so horned up for wide receivers. That's my favorite position, and he's got some of those ones. But it's such a great position because those guys can score. So that's what fantasy's all about. Sneaky great game, matchup of the week potential here, but fell unfortunately. Rees at 3-0, which feels weird to say. Going up against Seth at 2-1. This would be a huge bounce back victory for Seth after a devastating loss last week. Running back into the fire with Mark Andrews here. Fire up your Marky Mark.
This always feels bad when you chase the points and it doesn't work out. It's going to be especially bad if Isaiah Likely's the guy this week for the Ravens.
Can I go back to his stats from last year or not in this? Okay, I can't remember when he turned it on, but I remember being down in the dumps so hard for Mark Andrews, and then he just got a touchdown every game for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Maybe that's
I mean, going over to Reese's side.
He could drop 33, and he did so bad that he's only wide tight end 15 in that. But anyway, I not love the number 1 wide receiver, Puka Nacua.
Yeah, I mean, he's got that, and then Brock Bowers is just getting healthier and healthier every week. So, I mean, the position rankings look great on his side.
Yeah, they look pretty good, but does he fall? I picked against Rees last time, but why is Seth looking at me with the fuck me eyes, dude?
I mean, I'm taking Rees number 1, averaging 200 points over the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, let's see his graph. No, he got 128 week 2.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm saying. I thought he popped up. Maybe I think it was Aaron. Damn. Never mind. Everything about Reese's team I take back.
He got 183 in week 1, so it's not horrible. he's boom and bust apparently.
Yeah.
I do imagine that
this what happens when you don't do any research.
Don't do any research. Jalen Hurts, you have to imagine, will be one of those throwing games against Tampa Bay, so he could have another big one in him because he did great last season. Yeah, 35. Oh, yeah, well, Jalen Hurts put up a lot. That's why Reese sucked the other week, and Brock did nothing. Oh, I just hate everything about Reese's flex. Give me Seth. Last time I was in a Seth matchup and really wanted to choose the other guy, I should have. Now we're back again. And you're taking Reese?
Yeah, I took Reese. Yeah.
Okay, jumping into game of the week. the podcast bowl 2-1. Adam, you take on me at 1-2. And you want to talk about player rankings? I just noticed this. Damn, that's looking good. This is the Trey Tucker
That
5.
is crazy. It's definitely looking a lot better than my player rankings, other than that kicker spot. My
The one in the
addition
kicker
to
is
the
nice.
team.
Stop the wire? What's this guy been doing? Damn, dude. Okay.
Just been
They're kicking
performing,
field
man.
goals out there.
Cam Ward can't score touchdowns, so they just kick.
How you feeling about yourself in this one?
I feel, I don't know. I'm still feeling out my team. You know, there's been guys that have been a bit disappointing. I got a lot of mids, I feel like. Just, you know, every single one of my guys is top 24, but none of them are top 10, other than Nick Chubb, I guess.
Yeah, the
biggest
player
disappointment
rankings
for my
are
team
solid
is
on your end.
Yeah.
And that's why you're averaging 51. Yeah, T, it's like, what do you even do? I think we're going to be talking droppable candidate in a couple weeks, but he's definitely a guy who can throw up a 2-touchdown game in a moment's notice.
Yeah, and
Will
you
he
know,
be on
I
the
haven't
roster?
decided whether or not Nick Chubb is the guy for me this week, but just wanted to throw him in there, feel it out. I'm a big Nick Chubb guy.
See how it feels talking in the lineup. I will say the Trey Tucker plays, so like almost exclusively just because we're going to be at that game.
That's what I was going to say.
Like,
You got the in the building flex.
Yeah. Can't wait to be there to watch him and Rome. Oh, it's gonna be so fun. Yeah, I had the decision to put Jalen Waddles on Monday night, but I was like, fuck it, dude. Go with no flexibility there. Put him in the regular spot. Yeah, JSN and Rome really worked out for me. I was extremely high on JSN, and that's coming through. And then
the Rome pick
CMC,
was a
I don't
good
even
call.
want to talk about. Don't even talk about CMC. He's just calf fully intact.
Well, it's got to be scary over there in San Francisco because everybody is getting hurt.
Yeah, they're dropping
And
like flies.
somehow the most injury-prone guy is the one that stayed healthy so far.
He's siphoning calves left and right. Doing well for himself. Thought he had
he's just doing Christian McCaffrey things. I mean, that's just what he does.
I don't think he's found the end zone yet. I think they're the only team that haven't rushed for a touchdown. Yeah, zeros across the board. So
that's crazy.
Maybe
but
he's
they have
lost.
had Mac Jones for the last couple games, so the offense hasn't been at full strength. But I think Purdy comes back, so hopefully that can help out my Ricky Pearsall play.
We have the Indianapolis Matthew Stafford battle too. Well, we always have a fun matchup.
Yeah, it should be a good one. I'm going to take myself, obviously. Got to believe in the squad. First time I'm taking myself this season.
Oh my God. Okay, give me myself. I don't think I've been favored in a matchup against you in like 10 years.
Yeah, it would be fun to watch or look at the past couple times we played, but
that will be good. Looking at our thing, nothing exciting. Just kind of a bunch of mids. Maybe we suck. That's why we're out of the top 6.
Yeah, my team at this. Whoa, dude, I got top 5 there. What are you talking about?
You got top 5? Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, I guess there's more to go through. Hold on. Jump scare of just ourselves here. Real quick, look at the standings. Here we go. Sitting up at the top, Rees 3-0, 84% chance. There's that 61%. I think I said something along those lines earlier. And a lot of 1-2s. Look at us all down here. I can't wait to see it shake out.
I love how almost all of the 1 and 2s, other than Eddie, have a better shot at making the playoffs than me. 39% is so disrespectful.
How does that even work? Yeah, what's the projected final standings? Ooh, up to 85. Yeah, I wish I could have seen what I was before the trade, see if that changed anything. Where are you at? Oh, no, down at 11.
Yeah, it is not looking great for the old Fighting Deans this year. But I believe there's always a chance to turn it around.
Oh, it doesn't matter. All right, who's got most points? Reese and then Andrew. Aaron. Yeah, look at us way down there. Good Lord. Let's see if anyone's closing the gap here. Oh, yeah, Brad and Eddie. Not bad. Not bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else to say? I'm like in the dark here. Didn't even realize.
I know, right? It got dark out during the podcast.
I was taking the sun right to the face. Had to close the blinds. Okay.
Another good week. Week 4.
Yeah. We'll see everyone out there. Good luck, everyone. See you in week 5.